Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a really long time since I have posted a video, but I've been really busy with school. But this video that I'm gonna talk about today is about HESI, the grammar portion. I know I've done a lot of math videos, so please check those videos out, but this one is grammar. And in this video, I'm gonna show you everything you need to know to ace the HESI. So what should you expect? This portion of the HESI is 55 questions, and you get 50 minutes to complete it. And in the following slides, I'm gonna talk about the topics you will be seeing in those type of questions in the grammar section. So to start with, you need to know the parts of speech. So what I mean is you need to know how to identify the noun, the verb, the adverb, the adjective, preposition, conjunction, pronoun, or interjection. So an example would be Mary wrote the letter clearly. So you need to know what the verb is. In this case, the verb will be wrote, and the predicate will be the following after the verb. So wrote the letter clearly. So those are some type of things you need to do when you're answering questions in the grammar portion. You need to know how to identify this identify and differentiate all these different parts of speech. Then another big topic is verb forms and tenses. So you basically need to know the present, the past perfect, the future of the verbs. They all differ, and how to use it depending on the context. So an example would be when you're talking about a bell, and you have all these three different tenses here, but they mean the same thing. They're the same verb. So ring would be the present, rang would be the past, and rung will be the past perfect. So depending on the context that they're giving you, if it's present, you will use this verb, right? And all these verbs have different way of presenting, so you need to be familiar with those. Another big topic is pronoun use. So for example, I versus me, when to use I, when to use me, depending on the sentence, him or himself. So an example would be Lucy called Tina and I to lunch, or Lucy called Tina and me to dinner. I know the first one sounds better than the second one, but the second one is correct. So it would be Lucy called Tina and me to dinner. So one way to identify when to use I versus me would be to remove one of the other pronouns. So if I remove Tina and I say Lucy called me to dinner, right? Or Lucy called I to lunch. No. So the second one sounds better. Lucy called me to dinner. Okay, capitalization. So these basically is all about rules, nothing else. So it's a strict memorization of rules and practice. So go over the rules. For example, names of person, place, things, and titles of people are always capitalized. I'm gonna tell you in my last slide that all these sections I will go in deeper. Every section of this will have a separate video, so just hang in tight. This is only going through what topics you will be seeing. So an example would be my mom is funny, and the second example, I told mom to talk to us. You can see the mom in this second sentence is capitalized. Now why? Because in the second sentence, mom is used as a name, so we capitalized it. So depending on the sentence and the context, again, you have to capitalize depending on the rules that you will go through. Punctuation is another topic that is all about rules, right? So again, go through all the rules, when to use them, when not to use them. Go through the rules of periods, commas, questions, and exclamation marks, apostrophes, and quotation marks, and also the hyphen. One big one that I've seen is periods, commas, and apostrophes. These three are the biggest ones in the HESI section, so for sure go through those. An example would be the dog's bone, and the other one is also the dog's bone, but as you can see, the apostrophe differs. One comes before the S, the other one comes after the S. And the first one, it's only one dog, it's singular, right? So the bone only belongs to one dog. And the second one, the apostrophe after the S means there is more than one dog, right? So plural. So the bone belongs to many dogs. Confusing words, I would highlight this one because there is a lot of questions involving this. So first, there is two types: words with apostrophes and other words. So words with apostrophe, you have to know what is the difference between your and your with apostrophe. The other one, there, they are with apostrophe, it's and it's with apostrophe. So each one have different meaning, right? So apostrophe is basically you are just extending the word you are, they are, it is. So they're not the same meaning, it's very different. Where it's like belonging, your belonging, okay? And then other words that sound and look similar but have completely different meaning. So example would be accept and accept, effect and affect, advice and oops, I wrote it wrong, it's with a C. Advice, lie and lay. So again, they have different meanings, so you need to know each meaning because they're going to give you a question that will tell you to choose which one is more appropriate, and you need to know which one will make sense in that sentence. Sentence structure, so questions that will be, for example, which form of a sentence is correct, and they will give you different sentences, so you have to see which structure of the sentence is more correct, right? So you will have to see, for example, punctuation rules and word usage, which word makes more sense. Example would be Sarah was thinking of Luis, not Andy, when she ran into him. There's very different, like it's very confusing. You don't know who actually Sarah was thinking about. So if they give you that sentence and if they give you the sentence below, you would have to choose the second sentence because it makes more sense. It's better to say Sarah had been thinking of Louise when she ran into Andy. You can see how that is more clear and concise. Okay, so we come to the tips portion. Everyone likes this section, right? So I would say practice questions. Obviously, practice makes you the best. There are many online resources there in Google where you can practice questions of grammar. You also have to revise grammar rules such as punctuations and capitalizations. They do have rules, so you have to go through them. There are many questions on confusing words, like I told you guys, so know the difference between those words. Review subjective verb agreement, so this is for your sentence structure questions, and apostrophe rules, because I've seen a lot of those questions too. And again, like I said, practice. Please, guys, subscribe to this channel for more. Like and comment and share. Like I said, I'm gonna go through each section of the grammar HESI that I just listed and talked about briefly. I'm going to bring the rules. I'm going to talk about different practice questions and the questions that I was in the HESI. So do subscribe, right? There's going to be more HESI related videos, different topics, anatomy, physiology, math, with practice questions. And I also do posts about nursing, CNA, student nurse life, and I also post traveling and fun blogs that, that I do in my daily life. So do subscribe. I'm thinking about posting a CNA video too again and interviewing some people at my work. So if you are interested about that, again, subscribe. Wish you all the best. And if you have any questions, comment down below. Thank you.